Okay, solving multi-step equations. Look, this is just Algebra 1, but this is so important that I want to make sure we get this, because if you can't solve this stuff, you can't do calculus. And if you can, there's a good chance that you can do calculus. So let's try to get this worked out. So here we have multi-step equations. We see we have 3t, and to that is being added 44 is equal to 50. Remember, with this 3t, it's 3 times t here, isn't it? So this is what we have to remember. The first thing we have to remember is that when we're solving equations like this, we have to simplify if possible. There's really nothing to simplify. So that is to say, we can't add these two things together, because 3t's plus 44 ones is not equal to 47 of anything. You can't multiply these things. So this is simplified the best it can be. The next thing you have to remember is that when we're doing this, we get rid of addition and subtraction first. So we have 3 times t, we can't get rid of this yet, plus 44. So we're going to get rid of that plus 44 first. Because it's plus 44, we're going to add its opposite, which is negative 44. And to keep our equation in balance, we're going to do the same thing to the other side. All right? So we have 3t, 44 minus 44 is 0, and 3t plus 0 is just 3t, isn't it? 50 minus 44 is 6. So we had addition. We undid our addition by using subtraction. Now we have multiplication, don't we? We have this. We have 3 times t. So 3 times t is equal to 6. So what number? 3 times what number is equal to 6? We already have that answer in our head, I think. But this is how we got that answer. We divide both sides by 3. Divide both sides by 3. 3 over 3 is 1, isn't it? And 1 times t is just t. And that's what we wanted. We wanted t by itself, right? And we have 6 divided by 3 is 2. Well, that's just what we thought it was going to be, isn't it? Let's go back and check our math. We said that 3 times, we said t is equal to 2. So 3 times 2 plus 44 is equal to 50? Question mark? I think that it is. 3 times 2 is equal to 6. 6 plus 44 is equal to 50. And 50 is equal to 50. So we give ourselves a check mark there. That worked, didn't it? Okay, let's try one more really quickly and see if we can't do that one. The other thing you notice here is that I avoid using horizontal equal signs. So that is to say, when I did this, I didn't put an equal. I didn't do this. The reason I don't usually do that, and your teacher may feel differently, the reason I don't usually do that is because we're going to get to rational functions. That is, functions that have fractions attached to them. And I don't want to get ourselves confused to ask ourselves, is this a fraction bar or is this an equal sign? So I just don't use it. And many people don't use it. I say most. Many people don't use it. Let's try another one. Let's try 3 times x minus 2 is equal to 18. There are many ways to do this problem. I'm going to do this the most straightforward way I can. So if you're thinking of another way to do this, you can go ahead and do that, but wait to let you know the reason I didn't do it that way was for a reason. So let's try this. I just want to let you know, you can't subtract this 2 out right now because it's trapped by this multiplication, right? We have PEMDAS, don't we? Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. That's our order of operations. So the reason that I can't add a positive 2 to get rid of this is because addition is way over here and I have to do my multiplication first. So we're kind of stuck a little bit right now. There is another way we could do this, but I'm going to, like I said, we're going to skip that just for a second. So what I'm going to do here is the most obvious way, I think, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to distribute this 3 to the x, and I'm going to distribute the 3 here. If you remember in the last problem, I said we should simplify before we do any other math. So I'm just simplifying my math here. So I'm going to do that. 3 times x is definitely 3 times x, so 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6, isn't it? Is equal to 18. Now we get our problem to a problem that looks more like the problems that we're used to, I think. Now what we're going to do is this. Remember, we have 3 times x here, but we have to get rid of our addition or subtraction first, so we have our subtraction here. So I'm going to add the opposite of negative 6, which is positive 6, so I'll add positive 6 to both sides to keep the equation in balance. And when we do that, we get 3x. Negative 6 plus 6 is 0, and 3x plus 0 is still just 3x. And 18 plus 6 is 24. And now what are we going to do? Exactly. We're going to divide by 3 here and divide by 3 here. And we get x is equal to, what is that, 8? X is equal to 8. We can go back and check this. And the way we could check this, so we could say, we have here that x is 8, x is equal to 8. So we could take this out and we could put in 8 here. 8 minus 2 is 6. 3 times 6 is 18, so that's true, isn't it? So that worked. All right. The only way to get good at these problems is to practice, practice, practice. Remember to use PEMDAS. Remember that we're going to try to undo our addition and subtraction before we mess around with our multiplication. All right? So if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe, and your comments are always welcome. Thanks.